Doesn't look like it's gonna be a very exciting meeting.
Well, the crowd is not here yet, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, I'm surviving, Mary.
You fine?
So many meetings and free glad that other than that. That's me. I'm just trying to do all my checks and stuff. I'm getting there. When you gonna go down to all the sports are when you sport?
I beg your pardon?
When you gonna go down to all the sports, the wine is down. Right?
Let's get ready for the news.
I can't put the fishing in your pack.
Well, I can't take all the credit for that. Someone submitted the information to us. To be honest with you, I was totally unaware that we had fishing going on. Well, good.
And then one of them, the Wills one in, what's her name, the one that worked for Karen, now works at the Coffin County, her little one, was in high school, but he had met too on fishing.
Yeah.
And Benjamin. Yeah, they had a real unfortunate situation in Lakeport, you know, one of the 17-year-olds from Winsboro, he collapsed.
My goodness, I didn't know that.
They were, well, their next to the last fishing tournament, they were over there. Fortunately, 80 boat had came in, they were still out on the lake.
Yep, sir. Yep.
And, but yeah, from 17 for his dad, he boat had, oh, yeah. Party day. 17 year old party. Wake fishes there a lot. Sad.
Let's see your video.
Be careful turning that TV on, that you don't turn mine off. Yes, but we're not, I don't wanna, it doesn't need to be on the Zoom or on the YouTube live streaming.
Well, you
Well, you know, Mr. Barber,
it's Thursday, get closer to
it's
Friday.
Thursday.
That's right.
But tomorrow's gonna be raining all day, so.
Yeah,
Steady.
I was thinking we might get some today.
There's probably a chance. Almost football season for you though. Be here before you know it.
127 days. So,
You get it down.
But who's counting, right?
Is that 2 days or at the game?
I had to the first game, I had somebody ask me this morning. Just kidding with me, and I said, well, I can take it in just a minute. So I went over the calculator, and told it up.
127 days. What year is this for you? 40, 46?
No, what that may be, season number 42 for me.
42?
Yeah.
Season 22. You're gonna have a statue.
477 games, not consecutive.
Yeah.
That
No,
streak got broken, in 2021, they had to miss 2 games because of COVID.
yeah, I remember that.
The Tyler paper did a story on me when I got sick. And gosh, when that story came out, I thought they had it in.
Nobody saw the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. I said, I am coming back, you know. This isn't it.
You see kids, and their kids,
Yes.
and their grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Billy Jim Anderson's son
Yeah.
playing this year. Yeah.
Well, there's more than that.
Oh, yeah. And you know what I can think of, Rob, I mean,
We had mine.
yeah,
I wasn't a very good player though. I was just a bench warmer.
yeah. That's right. You're covering you.
Yeah.
Forgot what year did you graduate?
94.
94.
We lost in the snow game in Bedford to Gainesville.
Oh, my gosh, that was a horrible,
That was awful.
that was a horrible experience getting there. Coming home and the game itself wasn't much better.
No, it wasn't. We thought it was cool to play on AstroTurf though until we got there. That stuff's like concrete.
Yeah.
In the cold, we bet.
Yeah, that's when the Thanksgiving weekend, they had that sleet storm at the old Texas Stadium. Thanksgiving.
That was the same weekend?
The same year.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna call this meeting to order at 11:34 AM on Thursday, April the 25th. And we have a quorum, all the commissioners except for Commissioner Pearson, who is out of town, are present. Are there any general announcements? All right, item number 4 we're going to discuss, consider county judge to apply for the 2024-25 Texas Historical Commission Courthouse Grant. And what I would like to do is give everyone a history of our courthouse grant application. Okay, in 2018, we approved a planning grant applying for the courthouse preservation grant. And that planning grant was for putting together the design documents and the construction documents for renovating our courthouse. In February of 2020, the 95% construction plans were submitted to the Texas Historical Commission for approval. And in April of 2020, the submitted plans were approved by the Texas Historical Commission. And that same month, we then turned around and applied for a Texas Historical Commission Courthouse Restoration Grant. And in June of 2020, we were notified by the Texas Historical Commission that they awarded 9 projects for funding, but Van Zandt County did not make the cut. They did come back to us in October of 2020 and offered us an 2.6 million grant, which I don't have the exact number. It's pretty close to that. and the Commissioners Court declined. At that time, declined to move forward with it. So with, at that time, the estimated cost for the courthouse restoration in the 2020 timeframe was right just shy of $12 million to do it. And that included a complete restoration of the courthouse, including new electrical, new plumbing, and new air conditioning pipes. All the air conditioning system was installed in the early 60s. And so all of that equipment has to be removed, and it was wrapped in asbestos tape. So there's asbestos abatement that's involved in that, and several other things. But that, and it also included restoration work on the outside of the courthouse, which I've talked about on numerous occasions, that we need to get started on because of the stone that is popping out. So I've been looking at this process since becoming the county judge, and in April of this month, I went to this conference in Austin, put on by the Texas Historical Commission, and I was able to talk to a lot of people. And one of the places that even before I got down to Austin, that was constantly coming up as a recommended person to deal with is Komatsu Architecture. And they have Carl Komatsu is the second generation of his family to run it. This has been a 50+ year company that's done quite a bit. And I don't know if you can read that there, but it says that he was recognized by the Texas Historical Commission in 2013 with the Texas Treasure Award for more than 50 years of continuous business, and for their exceptional historical contributions toward the state's economic growth and prosperity. So, but between that and the other sources that I've gotten, they were highly recommended. And I just want you to know what they have done. These are the courthouses that they have been they worked with to restore. There's Shackelford County, there's Throckmorton County, and then there's Marion County. I visited Marion County a couple months ago and got a tour of that, and then Cook County. And these are just some. They have others. And then the current ones under construction or under contract is Upshur County, which they're getting started on, and Wise County, which that's courthouse caught on fire, and they are in the process of doing renovations caused by the fire. Okay, so they are quite qualified to do courthouse stuff. So the item I want to talk to you about right now is discuss, consider authorizing the county judge to apply for the 2024-25 Texas Historical Commission courthouse grant. This year, the legislature or the commission, one of the two, raised the amount that is available for the maximum amount available for a courthouse grant to $10 million. It was $6 million, I believe, somewhere around there. And so they raised it to 10 million. And so what I would like to do is to make a motion to allow me to apply for this historical commission courthouse grant. I make that motion.
Would there be a match to it?
Yes, but not a match. We would pay for anything over and above we would not get 10 million if we got the maximum amount. We would get 9.5 because we got roughly $500,000 for the planning grant in 2018.
So if we applied for it and say they give us 9.5 million, we don't have to match any money?
We have to pay for the rest, whatever the cost.
If it costs 12 million, we have to do the
3.5, right, the 3. We would have to do whatever the balance is. So.
has it, we thought this out as to where we would move to? Because everybody would have to move from the courthouse.
Okay. Well, what I would like to propose is, there's a lot of details in it, which I would be glad to get into, but unless unless we approve going ahead and applying for it, which that's all I'm gonna do, I have to apply for it next month. And unless we approve the application in the following item, then we don't need to talk about the details. But I'll be glad to have a workshop and go over what I know so far. But what we're doing is the application, we will be applying the same construction documents that we applied or that we submitted in 2020, because they are already approved by the Texas Historical Commission. Okay.
Not gonna cost us any money to apply.
No. Well, other
There's no
than,
application fee? There's not even an application.
no, it's not application fee, but the item number 2 that we're gonna talk about, which I'll get to,
Number 5.
I've got to get the previous grant cost amounts updated to current costs, because that was done back in 2020, and as we all know, construction costs have gone up since 2020.
That number was from 2020 to 12 million.
Yes. Yeah, that was in 2020.
So I think we're getting ahead of, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. You apply for the grant. We get it, say it costs $12 million to do it.
Well, here's the deal. We're gonna apply for it, and then if we don't have to accept it.
Right.
Okay, we apply for it, and if they offer it to us, then we can either accept it or reject.
It's not cost us any money to apply for it.
Correct.
Except for whatever this item number 5 on the agenda costs.
Right.
You have to have that to apply.
Right. We have to get current cost estimates for the construction.
What's number 5 on the top?
It's $22,000.
So it's
So-
top was $22,000.
But we can't go to 5 unless we decide whether or not we want to apply for the grant. And again, it doesn't commit us to accepting the grant if we get it, if it is given to us. This is just to allow me to apply for it.
But in order to apply for it, we have to spend the 22,500 to get the estimate.
That is correct. To get the cost estimates updated to the current technology. And that money I put in my budget, in the public buildings budget at the beginning of this year.
Well, I'm thinking that's probably reasonable to get somebody to estimate what it's gonna cost. But I think we've got a whole new, whatever the estimation is, we're gonna have to really think about that when they give us a call. I guess this $22,000, they'll give us a cost when they're through.
That is correct. It's, they actually,
Restoration cost.
they actually complete all the construction cost estimating in the format that the Texas Historical Commission requires. And that will come up with the actual cost or estimated cost.
Does that include relocation and everything else, or is that just? the
No,
building?
that's only for construction of the building. A reconstruction of the courthouse. That would not include relocation costs, which would probably be for a period of 1 to 2 years, maximum 2 years.
Well, you know, I don't, if you got that money in the budget just to see, I don't mind making a motion and just, what does it say? It says authorize you to apply. I'll make a motion that you can apply for it. The Texas Commission,
Motion. Second.
huh?
You have your motion.
Oh, did you motion
Yeah.
already? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I second you.
Okay. All right. is there any further discussion about the application for the historical commission grant?
Yeah, it's not gonna cost us anything.
No,
And you got a budget.
I've got it, but yes.
Budget?
It's kind of,
I'm getting ahead, but yeah, the first item 4 is not costing us anything.
that is correct.
Okay.
Just other than our time to put it together and submit it.
All right.
So, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? That motion passes. All right. Item number 5, discuss, consider authorizing the county judge to sign an agreement with Riddle and Goodnight for the completing the cost estimate portion of the Texas Historical Commission grant application for 2024-2025. And in the agenda item that I have the actual contract right there, or the agreement. And that is a grant application form completed, be it 16 hours, will cost a total of $2,640. And then the 95% CD estimate in a CSI format would take 122 hours and be 20,130 for a total of 22,770. And what I'm trying to tell you, this company right here is who Komatsu architects use and recommend to do this. And they have, because of their experience with doing courthouse restoration, I believe that they would have a very close and accurate estimate based on their previous history and of what they've done. And so that's why we went with them. Plus the fact that it's a compressed time frame in which to get it done, because we got to apply for the grant next month. That's why we're having a special meeting, is to try to get this approved today.
So would there be substantial differences from the first estimate we got by getting a new one?
Yes, there will be.
Because it was 2 years
For
ago.
2 reasons, 4 years ago.
It's still,
4 years.
You're looking at
well, I
$5
mean,
million.
the same things are wrong with the building.
That is correct,
I
but
mean, we're just gonna have to, I understand that inflation, everything's going up.
but
What exactly is your, I should say is the county, I guess, the vision? I mean, we're wanting to restore it, I agree. What's the vision? I mean, stairs up to the second and third level with the historical commission? Are we gonna go back to pink walls the way it was originally done? I guess what's the vision?
well, all the plans are here, the drawings are in the other room. As far as they're gonna put fur downs, they're gonna redo, they're gonna run all the air conditioning, all the electrical up there, because you see the electrical down on the walls right here on the floor, that is kind of substandard to today's standards. And so they're going to update it to modern electrical standards, to modern plumbing standards, and the AC standards.
What about construction? Like, does this include, we've talked about having offices in the fourth floor?
The 95% construction plans that have been submitted basically have the fourth and fifth floor as big empty spaces, with a few offices on the fourth floor. That is what the current plans are. They call it 95% construction because it's not complete. We would still have the opportunity, if we got the grant and if we wanted to move forward, to make changes. And at that point in time, we could decide whether or not we wanted to add, do something different with the fourth and fifth floor, other than have them be empty spaces.
Well, the restoration would mean that we put everything back to originally the way this was built.
Well,
Configured, would it?
Put it using the original colors, textures, and like woodwork doors, things like that. Well, there's not a lot that needs to be changed. But it also allows us to modernize the courthouse for current code technology.
Right,
Uh,
but I mean, this used to be the tax assessor collector's office, they wouldn't revert it back to.
no. No, we would still be able to use this, as far as I know, as far as I remember from the drawings, there's no changes to the first 3 floors as far as the design, the layout, or the layout or the offices.
So the fourth floor will be an open space, and we'd have to come back. And if we wanted to put offices in there, we could put offices in there.
Correct. But it would be in our best interest to do that before we started construction, to design it and come up with the plans.
Okay. The fifth floor, we couldn't do anything with the fifth floor because it's an old jail. You can't take you can't take the jail out.
I don't believe they're load bearing. The bars are not load bearing, but the walls are, some of the walls.
Right, but we can't take that jail out.
No, I don't, it's historically, no. I don't think
Yeah.
we can.
No, we can, because there are other courthouses that have done that, taken it out, but they left one cell in there for historical purposes.
And does this include? They're gonna go over the load bearing walls and the structure, like you said, and the brick and the roof. I think
Yes.
that's over all that.
Well, and the roof was part of that cost in the 12 million early one, but we have since replaced the roof, so that cost would not be in the new one. But yes, all the exterior work, all the windows need to be sanded, resealed, and caulked and painted. The exterior, they're all metal hung windows, and both inside and out. There are 350 windows in this building that need to be done. And then the stonework, if you look at where the stone has popped out, that they would put in mortar to pretty much match the color of the stone that we have now. And it'll be when it's properly matched, it's very difficult to see it. You can go out there and you see there's other places which are called Dutchman, where they actually just cut a square portion out of the stone and put another stone in there and then put mortar around it. So all of the ones that were poorly done, and you can tell they weren't done in a professional historical manner, would be taken out and corrected with the correct method of doing it.
Is there a timeline? Like you apply for the grant and say, hey, yes, we will, if we accept it, you can be awarded X amount of dollars. Is there a timeline when you have to spend that?
There's a timeline in which you approve the grant. And again, what I would anticipate is that this court would not approve the grant without a provision about having a bond election to fund the balance. I think that would be the part of our agreement if we were awarded the grant. And that way, if the voters do not want to fund the courthouse renovation, then we would not proceed with it. That's the way I understand it would be the best way to work it, because this is the county's courthouse and they have to
People's choice.
yeah, the people's choice if they want us to renovate it or not. And again, we're going back to as much of the keeping it as original as possible, which a lot of it is already original. A lot of this district courtroom and the courtroom over here, there's nothing. The only thing that may change is the floors, which the linoleum tile may end up coming out, just be the aggregate concrete with epoxy on it or something to that effect. Well, again, we have choices. We have choices on how we want to do it, and that's another function of the architects and the people that will be using once we move forward with the project, if we decide to move forward with the project.
We did approve your budget. The FY 24 budget, and you got money in there and $22,000.
Now he's just asking to use the rental company to do it,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, use this company, allow this company to approve the agreement that they have given us here to do the estimate, cost estimate.
I'll motion it.
All right, Commissioner. Motion has been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Commissioner McCray? Did you vote?
I did not vote.
You did not vote?
I did not vote.
Okay, you abstaining from the vote?
I did not say that. One hands for eyes.
Okay, all those opposed, like sign?
No.
Well, we've got two,
Well, you'll have to vote.
yes, I will vote for it. That will give us the three. Commissioner Pratt can either decide to abstain or to vote no. That's his decision, but they'll need it for the minutes.
I'll abstain.
Okay. All right, motion passes. Very good. Item number 6 is a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right.
Stay that, I approve.
All right, we are adjourned. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I'll go back and listen to it. Did you abstain from the first one?
Abstain for the second.